Zapman, thank you for joining me here on SMITE Memoirs, Hunter for SK Gaming. Tell me about the game you chose today.
This game is a good memory of mine. It was Super Regionals Game 4 when we locked in first seed. After coming 5th in the fall split, it was a huge accomplishment. This is my first time making Worlds, and I was super worried that we weren't gonna make it, even though I felt like we had the talent to, but yeah, that's why I chose this game. It was just an awesome memory.
It was a long road and a journey, and before this set, you guys faced off against Flashpoint. You guys were coming off of a Ra Erlang Shen meta, and then this meta was completely different. Talk me through picks and bans for this set.
Sure. Everyone knew we played the Ra Erlang, and I'm pretty sure some teams thought we were only a Ra Erlang one trick, and that's a lot of reason why SoaR early picked the Ra. And the night before this game, we were just talking about picks and bans, and Aurora had the brilliant idea because we were talking about invades, and Pern was really good at invading smartly. Like, he wouldn't just invade W key at their speed, die, or kill somebody. He would be really smart. Like, if he invaded and they were there, he would just stare at them. And it makes a lot of people uncomfortable because you're not getting any farm whatsoever, but neither is the enemy. So that was his thinking. And to take that one step further, Aurora wanted to guarantee mid pressure, because as Pern stares at them at speed, we get the mid pressure, and then we can meet them at speed 4v2, because if their support comes mid, they're gonna be under their tower that whole time. So that guarantees the invade if they try to defend it. And then that kind of screws over the jungle solo, and our jungle solo get really ahead because we do their speed. Then we get our own buffs and all that stuff. And that was pretty much the meta that we created at LAN.
And it's kind of what we're seeing today in Season 6, where like solo/support are like staring at you doing the speed now. It's kind of funny to see that. So the Sylvanas Zeus has a lot of mid pressure, like you mentioned. And speaking of mid pressure, you guys like started very aggressively with this mid pressure right away. And going back to it, yeah, you were mentioning how Divios and also DJ Pern is just staring at them, and I don't think Anister or Baskin knew what to do, and Thor Ama, they're pretty good at level 1.
Yeah. The big thing what teams thought that they could counter the strategy with was a dominant jungle solo that can fight off Pern and Divios, because Divios always played a Guardian. But the thing was, he always had Vanguard, which was really strong back then, took no damage, and all they did, like I said, was stare at them until we got the mid pressure, and then we would invade as a team.
Yeah. Let's fast forward here to the first blood off of the great synergy, actually, from the Sylvanas Zeus combination here. Aurora makes a great rotation. How is the team feeling, I think, when this is happening?
Oh, it's actually funny because we just got the mid harpies, and I remember this clearly. Aurora was like, wait, what is the Rod doing so far up? And then he auto attacked him, and Aurora just said, let's just go on this guy and like use everything. And you could see the synergy between the Zeus and the Sylvanas, just double big circles. They insta-killed the Ra.
Sometimes the best plays just kind of happen naturally and unfold without you ever making a plan for it. Yeah, that was crazy. And then you guys keep on invading after the fact. I wanted to touch upon this team fight that happens in the mid lane using the global pressure.
Yeah, so what happens here is SoaR is trying to be aggressive onto our Zeus, but that's pretty much just a bait for us. We want to fight in mid because that's where we have our team fight characters, Sylvanas Zeus. So pretty much Best and Aurora bait themselves. Pern said, yeah, I'm coming on the flank, keep baiting. And then as soon as Pern was in the air, they started using all their abilities, and we just crushed them in that team fight.
And with that team fight, with all these invades, 6 minutes in, this is a 3,000 gold lead.
Yeah.
Right now in Season 6, that's not much, but how valuable was that back then?
Oh, it was insane because it was pretty snowbally back then. Buffs, nothing scaled back then, so everything you got was just, especially in the early game, was full value, and that. And the larger lead, or every time you invade in the early game, it's just that much better than doing it in the late game. And once we got this lead, we thought we had it in the bag as long as we played clean.
Unfortunately for Best, he couldn't really play clean. There was a MIA call, a sneaky Amaterasu. What happened?
No MIA call. We were just dominating so hard at this point, we lost track of the Ama, and she just came from behind with a really good flank. I mean, that's just typical Baskin play right there.
Always making those crucial rotations when it matters the most. This next team fight, actually, around the 8.5-minute mark, you guys kind of get in a weird spot, but turn it around somehow.
Yeah, they pretty much, their game plan was to kill the Zeus, which that should be their game plan. But what happened is Best gets a huge Aegis off, and he was able to just sit in his ult and do a lot of damage. And then they all kind of grouped up for our AoE after the fact, and that led us to getting an even trade, but we also get pressure on the map because the people that are left over on our team are healthy, whereas the people left over on their team are weak. So we rushed to try to do their buffs after that team fight.
Two things I wanted to point out for that last team fight. The first one was unfortunate miss onto Snoopy there on your third hit there, and then the steal from DJ Pernicus.
Oh yeah.
Did you have some words with him after that?
Yes. This
is yours.
I remember I got Athena, and Purge just A-chords out of nowhere, and I'm just like, what?
Oh my goodness. And speaking of sneaky and objective control, you guys just pull a fast one, actually, all over SoaR Gaming. You guys notice, I believe, the back on Mad Yankee and then just go from there.
Yeah, pretty much our specialty back then was just playing the map really well, playing off vision, and we sentryed that gold and we saw Met back. We saw them in mid kind of like messing around. Aurora said, I'll zone. So I started the Gold Fury, I called over Best. Aurora's just baiting himself like he always does. Really, he always baits himself like that. Really like the strong play. And me and Best, we know we can secure gold with the Zeus 3 and we were not worried about Met showing up.
Yeah, nothing that Snoopy could do without his ultimate there. And you guys just continued the pressure, honestly, with that sneaky objective. You're like up 4.5, almost 5,000 gold. And then this is what's allowing you to dominate this team fight with an unofficial quadra kill that's about to start for the next Gold Fury fight.
Yeah, so here we're just throwing our weight around. We know we were really ahead, and we know we can secure gold with Hog and Zeus. And then the Thor landed right on top of the Zeus ult, and I beads right away. So the combination of my autos and Zeus ult, he just melted immediately. And then we were just like, let's take the fight. And that's pretty much it. We just W key at them.
Oh,
I hit some lucky snipes. And I remember here Pern's calling for a little bit of help on the Ama. And then me and Divios turn around to help him. And we just pretty much clean up the Ama kill.
It's more like Zapulated, honestly. And then after this, I wanted to go to the comms here, where we're in comms after the team fight, and you make a specific call. Let's listen a little bit.
Objectives. Just go to towers.
I think we should get double tower here.
Yeah.
Can we get 2-2?
No, that's greed. That's greed.
So you call off the greedy play. This is not the typical season 1, season 0 Zapman I remember.
No, season 1, season 0, and even season 2, that was immature Zap. I think here, I grew up a little bit, and contrary to popular belief, I was very, very objective focused, and so was my team. So we were all about just playing the map smart and, making sure we had each other's back. Like sometimes, one person might get a little too ahead of themselves and we reel it back in. That's pretty much what that was. After we knew they had globals, double globals with Thor and Janice. So we took the safe route, got the tier 1s, and we said, let's reset.
That makes sense here. Yeah. So another good play, which I respect as a player as well, when you were being aggressive here up against Baskin, and you kind of take to the sky waiting for a little Thor.
Yeah, I mean, at this point I was ahead and I wanted to throw my weight around, trying to make some plays now. This is kind of like garbage time almost, going through the motions to get the win. So we're just out here trying to make plays, and right there you saw that was beauty of the Rama ult. I knew the Thor was in the air and I just stayed as long as I could until he landed. It actually outlast Thor ult, so that was perfect. Then me and Aurora, we just like, can we go in? And Aurora's like, yeah, let's just own them. And then that was pretty much it.
Yeah, after that, you guys get Fire Giants, start pushing Phoenixes. DJ's doing the DJ special, split pushing Phoenixes. And let's just see this real quick. Mad Yankee, he actually does stop him.
Yeah,
Unlucky.
I thought he was gonna die here, and Per was like, "Nah, I'm okay." I was like, cool.
Do you think it was better that he survived there, or do you think he should have tried to get the Phoenix?
It's better that he survived there because we have such a lead that we could just go back and get it any time.
True. I think you guys do get this right side Phoenix anyway.
I'm actually not sure if we get this one because we're kind of poked out a little bit from all the chasing we were doing before.
Oh, that damage.
I was so mad I got taunted there because I could have killed Baskin right there.
Yeah, target selection. You were on the Phoenix, you were on Baskin, then you get taunted. You couldn't do either one.
And that's another reason why we backed off, because we knew he would return full HP, and we used a lot of cooldowns to try to take him out.
So at the very end of this game here, when you guys do finally get the Fire Giant, get a couple more picks, barreling down the mid lane specifically, as DJ's chasing in, it's till the end of the world.
I remember this bird was like, I'm gonna get him.
That's what he always does, right?
Yeah, you wanted to.
I want to talk about these snipes right here onto Snoopy.
Yeah. So I was so far ahead. Snoopy's 75% HP, and I'm like, my snipes are gonna kill him.
And Bess is laughing the whole time.
Yeah, we were just giggling, having a good time. We knew we locked up first seed after that, and it was just great feeling. Great feeling.
That's awesome. So was this the game where Aurora tackled you?
No, it wasn't actually. He tackled me after Flashpoint because after Flashpoint we actually qualified for Worlds, and that was both of our first Worlds, and we casted the year before, and we were always talking about it, like, next year we're gonna do it, and we ended up teaming together, and honestly, it was just such a great story, great feeling for me and him both.
So that win against Flashpoint guaranteed you to Worlds specifically, but what did this win against SoaR Gaming mean to you and Eager?
I think this validated to us that we were a top team, and we weren't just, raw Erlang, one tricks or anything like that, and we had good ideas because we randomly thought about this last night at a hotel, and it worked so well against such a great team in SoaR, and I really just think it was a huge confidence boost for us because, again, we were 5th seed coming out of the fall split, and it just validated everything we were doing, validated all of our scripts, validated all of our ideas, and it was just an amazing feeling.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Zapman, Hunter for SK Gaming. Before we end this video, do you want to tell the fans at home where they can find you or any special shout outs you want to give?
Sure. Shout outs to SK Gaming. They've been an awesome organization so far, and rocking one of their sweaters. And they're just, honestly, they're just awesome, and I love being part of the organization. As for me personally, you guys can find me on twitch.tv/Zapman. I stream there all the time, pretty much every day. And twitter.com/Zapman. And that's pretty much it.
Thank you, Zapman.
Thank you.